Wagwan, my loves, is Knowledge Butterfly. As always, sending you guys out peace, blessings, love, and abundance on this beautiful, beautiful day in the A. When I tell you, oh my gosh, today has been kind of like a roller coaster for me because I started feeling like I woke up feeling a little emotional, which, you know, it felt a little strange for me because I had definitely had to balance on my emotions, but it's no need to judge myself. It's just something that I needed, obviously, to grieve and get out. Whenever you are feeling like maybe a little bit of sadness or whatever, that just means that you need to love on yourself. So I decided to leave the house. First off, I made myself a smoothie with kale and mango to add a little sweetness. I also had some strawberries in there, and then I added some spirulina and some kelp powder. And just to get my take of greens. I got on greens today too. But just to get my intake of greens today. So that was, giving myself a little extra love and care by feeding myself those greens, and also giving myself a little sweetness, because green is also the color of Venus, and Venus is the planet of love. So I definitely had to give myself that. And right now Venus is in Cancer, so Venus is definitely telling you to love on yourself, and also spread that love to others, because in nurturing on yourself, you should automatically nurture others, in the process, But, yeah, so I left the house and I went walking to town, and I decided to sit over by the pizza place until I got the epiphany to go to the new burger place, which is a black-owned restaurant. So I said I was going to support it. I was just going to get some french fries, but I decided to get, since they had a veggie burger, I said if they had something veggie on there, I might go ahead and do it, do more than fries, or get more than fries. And I'm looking down because I have my feet playing in the straw right now, but just underneath the table I'm sitting on, but because it feels good. But yeah, so since they had the black bean burger, I decided to get the black bean burger and some fries, and it was pretty good. It was a little salty. But that black bean burger was way better than the one I had. And I think it was TGI Fridays. They had a black bean burger, and it was not seasoned. This one, you can tell, is black owned. It was quite seasoned, and this is no shade to anybody. Black people, we season the hell out of our food, so. So yeah, so I had that and just sat there, and it was some beautiful young melanated queens in there, and the whole setup and everything is beautiful, and I wish the owner nothing but success and prosper, sister, prosper. All right. And then I left out of there, and I started to walk, because I was going to walk back this way to the park, and this melanated king stopped me, and he had on a black shirt that said King on it, and he was from New York. He had his hat to the back with his New York cap on, all black, and he had beautiful locks, beautiful melanated man, and he was trying to holler at me and everything. He was real sweet. And then as I continued to walk, then this older gentleman tried to, older only by the bodysuit, because that's really the only thing. The aging of the bodysuit is supposed to represent the aging of us spiritually, the spiritual wisdom that we take in, and the physical body is a reflection of what we're supposed to be doing on a spiritual level. That's really all it is. So, yeah, so anyways, an older gentleman tried to talk to me, and he gave me his card, and I'm not going to put his card up there because it got his information, but it has the Freemason symbol on there. And I said, oh, so I see you got the Free My Sign on there. He's like, yeah, I am a Mason. And he said it like in a whisper, like it's a secret. So, because that's the first thing I saw. His card is gold, first off. And I'm going to tell you why that's important to me right at this very moment, and why the Freemason symbol being on there is important. And he does construction, so it has a house on it. And the house has 4 different boxes in it, where there are 4 different, really it's 5 different people on the house, which that actually takes it to a whole nother level. 1 person on the roof, and 2 people are on the upper 2 rooms, and 2 people are on the lower 2 rooms. And then his business number is all 4s well, mainly 4s and 2 7s, and the reason why this number is important is because I have been reading books on numerology, because I love numbers. I love learning about numerology. I love the science of numerology and astrology. Those are my favorites. And then the divinations that tie into astrology and numerology are cardology and tarot. So, cardomancy. And so they fit right up my alley, So with me learning numbers and learning what they mean, like getting a deeper meaning of numbers, like how I did the video on 44 and 444. Oh, that feels so good. Give thanks to the ancestors, y'all. The 4, and I did, like I said, I did 2 videos on the 4, and the importance of that number, that being the number of foundation. And that's why him having a construction business and then having a house on front of that as his symbol, as his logo, is so very fitting, because the house, the 4th house on your natal chart, is the house of Cancer, which is the house of the mother, which is the house of the foundation. So not only do they have the Freemason, which is Ma, and Ma is Ma and Son, it's the mother and the son, and it ties into that mother energy, and it has the letter G, which, if anybody has studied any of the Hebrew letters, that's Gimel. I think that's the way it's pronounced, Gimel. Oh, a yellow butterfly just flew over me. That's Gimel, and Gimel also is can be changed for or exchanged for camel, and Ka, the spirit, and if you do Cam or Kemet, and El is God, so it's God of Kim, or God of Kemet, God of Egypt. So, and then also the symbol has the triangle, that is the upward triangle, which represents the masculine energy, and the downward triangle which represents the feminine energy. And that is basically what I've been working on for a whole fucking year, is balancing my feminine and masculine energies. And the perfect spot is the G spot. The G is in the middle, the G spot. That's the woman's spot for her to reach orgasm. So all of that is just a sign from the universe and my higher self that I am definitely on the right path. And it was definitely divine. It was divine for me. I mean, everything is divine. I just know, I just see the car that will be my first vehicle is driving by right now, and it's the color that will be in my first vehicle. It just goes to show how everything is so fucking divine. And so also, like I said, he has all these 4s on there. The number is, if anybody is from Atlanta, and like Atlanta's first area code was 404. So that is the 44. That is, the Ogdod. That is the, the 8 gods out of Kemet, which I won't get into that, because I did a video on that, and this video is not about that, but I'm just talking about this card in particular because it's just important to how everything is symbolic, is all I'm saying by talking about this card. Even the name of his construction company, even which has his last name in it. Even his first name starts with a D, and D in Hebrew is the word Daleth, and Daleth is Venus. And Venus is the Empress in the tarot card, and that all still speaks to the divine feminine energy, which is building up, and well, I shouldn't say is building up, which has built up, and so now it is raining down on us right now with this partial lunar eclipse in Capricorn, and the full moon in Capricorn. Because let's all remember that Capricorn is still a feminine sign. Even it's just that because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is a masculine planet, that a lot of times the energy comes off as masculine, because the sign takes on the energy of the planetary ruler that it's in. So for Capricorn, it takes on more of a masculine energy because of Saturn being the ruler. And right now, Saturn is in Capricorn right now, which is also in retrograde. So that's a whole nother story. But where was I going with this? Oh, just talking about the feminine energy. So for me to have this card with the Freemason symbol with a house on it. And the house has 4 rooms, but it has 5 people in it, and the number 5 ties to the pentacle, which ties to the 5 elements: ether, air, fire, water, and earth, which ties into Allah, which is I, Lord, arm, leg, arm, head, and knowing that you are God in a physical vehicle, you know what I'm saying, in a physical experience. So it's tying into like just me tapping into perfection. And then the 5 plus the 4 is the number 9, and the number 9 we all know is divine. The number 9 is the number of completion for a baby in the mother's womb. And the number 9 is also the completion of lessons. It means that something's ended, which also means that something new is about to begin. When one door closes, another one opens. So I got all this out of looking at this man's card, and and then it's a gold card, and gold is your halo. It's the color of illumination, because there is a pot of gold at the end of the fucking rainbow. And I can continue to go on. And then of course he's a CEO, and he's also the president, and I am the CEO and the president of myself. All these bugs want to love on me right now, but it was tickling me. At least I didn't kill it. I just flicked it off of me. But yeah, so just seeing all of this symbolism in this card, and that's what this video is about. This video is about symbolism, and it's about perspective. So the symbolism is going throughout your day and really observing everything around you, taking in everything around you. The reason why the letter O is tied to the eye is, in Hebrew, it is tied to ayin, which is tied to O, which when you think about the letter O in the word, for instance, I'll give you a word, look. Look has 2 O's, and it looks like eyes. You know what I'm saying? It looks like glasses. Even just a circle can look like a telescope, like you know what I'm saying, the lens on a telescope. So it's really how you see things. It's in perspective. So in symbols, symbols speak 1,000 words. So it's like how I looked at this card and I was able to break down all this symbolism in it, and how all of this is tying into where my current energy is, and how the universe is showing me that I'm on point for everything that I've been working on manifesting into the physical reality. And it's the same thing with you. So that's why it's good to get out of the house, or get outside of your quote-unquote comfort zone and do something different. Now, I come to this park, I used to come here all the time. I've come here less since I've been watching my niece, because, you know, right now my vehicle hasn't manifested in the physical, so I walk most of the time everywhere I go. And unless I take Marta. And so, you know, we stay at the house a lot, but I will be outdoors at the house. So when I don't have her on days, I make it a point to come out and to be a part of nature, and to just be around different energies and interact with other people, and allow myself to make divine connections, especially when it is a day like today. Today is a Mars day, so it's definitely a day to be active and a day to get out. It's not a day that you stay in the house and get, you know what I'm saying, like lay up and get cozy. This is a day to be active and to be out. This is a day of expressing your passions and all of that good stuff. And with Mars being in Leo, it's definitely the time, because Leo is the sign of creativity. It is the sign of birthing things. It is the sign of children. And so with Mars being in Leo, it's about being passionate about the things that you're creating. So you're not just creating things haphazardly. You're creating things because you're passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? That you're driven. You're motivated about it. That's what the energy of Mars gives you. And so I definitely wanted to come out here, and I started to feel a video coming on, because I just saw how all the signs were playing out, and how I first started my day. Even though I started out the same way, I still said what I was grateful for. I still set my intentions, and, you know, I still set my affirmations. and I still laid in a bed and meditated for a while. I still knew that I had to steady my emotions because, again, this is full moon, and full moon can stir up some emotions. It brings a lot of emotions to the light, some things that you might still need to work on. And to be honest, this is not to say that every day you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, yes, I'm just ready to go. You're going to have days like that, but it's all about you noticing that, being aware, okay, I'm feeling a certain way, so why am I feeling this way? You ask yourself why, and then you start to nurture yourself and you let yourself know it's going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely very important. The other thing is perspective. So seeing the symbols and everything, seeing the symbols, again, in summary, seeing the symbols of everyone around you. What are they symbolizing? If someone gives you a card, like their business card, look at that card. You know what I'm saying? Just like you would look at the tarot card and you look for this, what it's saying to you. You do the same thing with anything. You can read anything. Anything can be a fucking reading, a spiritual reading, because everything is fucking spiritual. But anywho's, getting into perspective. I was walking up to this place because this is the spot that I have started sitting in. And let me share this with you guys. How about that? Hold on, I don't want to flip. I'll tell you, sometimes... Oh, it just got brighter. Wow. Hold on a second. Okay, now I can see. For some reason, it won't let me flip the camera around. So what I'll do is I'll just flip it around for you to see it this way. Alright, y'all. I just wanted to share that beauty with you. So this is the opposite side of where I was sitting when I would record some of my videos. The reason why I'm bringing up me recording in a different area and me coming to a different area is because when you change the angle of how you or where you are observing that light, it changes the perspective. So you change the angle of the light, you change the perspective of that light. So I'm over here sitting around the same lake, but I can see the lake from a totally different perspective because I'm on a different side of the lake, right? And that is with your life. That is really the biggest takeaway we can get from this life. In order for us to grow, in order for us to achieve, true level of enlightenment and truly an understanding of the universe and how it operates, is to see it from all perspectives. It's to see it from all angles. And that means that one day you bring it back, Elisa. That means that you might be going to the same place. So, for instance, you could be going to the same job, but you take a different route to that job because you get a different perspective. You're seeing different landmarks, you're seeing different trees, you're seeing different people, you're seeing different, buildings. It's a totally different perspective of light. It's a different angle of the same light. All right, you're going to the same place, but you're going a different way about getting to that place. I came to the same place, but I'm sitting in a different area, so I have a different perspective, and it allows me to tap into different energy within myself. You know what I'm saying? And also, when you change your perspective, you change your reality. So that's another reason why you do that. So I really just wanted to share with you guys symbolism, how it's very, very important for, you to start looking for the meaning in everything, looking at the symbols and everything, looking at the symbols and everything, looking at the symbols and everything, because it all has a reason and a meaning behind it. It all has purpose, all right? And perspective is very important for you to change that, because when you change the way that you look at something and perceive it, you change the reality, the thing that you're manifesting. So if you're working on getting out of where you used to be, you might have been stagnant. If you're working on growing, then sometimes you have to step outside of where you've been doing the same old thing and do something different, meaning like I said, take a different route to the same place. Maybe go to a different place to eat. You might go eat at the same place every day. Go eat somewhere different, you know. Maybe instead of taking lunch at your desk, go take lunch somewhere else. Maybe instead of going to eat during lunch, maybe you go and you walk around and exercise and get some fresh air. You might run into somebody and meet somebody who's a real connection, you know what I'm saying, whether it be a love connection or a partnership as far as a business. So yeah, just get into the mindset of changing the way that you've been forming your mind. Because when you think of the word information, form is in that word, FORM, and forming something is molding it. So what information does is it molds our mind to a certain perspective, to a certain way that we look at things. So if you want to change the way that you perceive things, you have to change the things that have been forming your mind and take in new perspectives and take in new information. But that's all I really want to share with you guys. I'm going to continue, you know, full joy in this day. I might walk back to the house so I can go and get like some water and then just come back here and just sit out here for the rest of the day for as long as I feel like sitting out here, meditate and do all that stuff. Actually, that's exactly what I'm doing, because I brought my laptop, and since I'm not going to use that, I'm going to spend the day out in nature. I'm going to take that back and go get a big old thing of water and just drink a whole bunch of water. And water is information, y'all, and take in some new information and just spend some good time alone, because I'm really feeling this right now. But like I said, I definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys are having a beautiful full moon day, a beautiful partial lunar eclipse day. Enjoy this energy, enjoy this prosperity that's raining down from Capricorn. Capricorn makes everything, you know, structured. It makes everything an earthly manifestation, because it is the earth sign. Cancer is the water of feminine energy. Capricorn is the earth of the feminine energy. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click on the link in the video. Also, if you want to follow me on my social media, the links for my Instagram and Facebook are below. And if you want to send a love donation, I feel free to do so. I am very open to your love donations. You can send that through my Cash App or my PayPal, guys. So I appreciate you again. And as always, guys, I send you love out to the ether. Peace.